We all know technology does not work flawlessly, and sadly, content creators are not immune to this problem, as during the last stream for episode 2 of our new D&D campaign, about hour 45, 2 hour mark, I noticed that the recording had stopped, but not the streaming, which I thought was weird, but I had caught it, I believed, pretty much almost just a few minutes after it had stopped, so I thought we were good. I go back to check the recording, and it got a corrupted file. So it's just gone. It's gone to the ether. There's not much I can do about it. And while it sucks, it is what it is. So I'm going to have to just give y'all a quick recap. And luckily, you didn't miss a whole lot. For the most part, it was a lot of kind of just conceptualizing the situation we're in. But I'll go ahead and give you the quick recap. So we started right where we left off from the last one, having to weasel our way out of another situation, pretending like we know what we're talking about when we really didn't. And that's when we got to talk to the conductor, and talking to the conductor was good. Learned a little bit about the train, a little bit about kind of where we are and that whole situation. And, in a cool situation, Lily actually ended up talking to the conductor and building a bit of a relationship, which was really solid. And so they end up meeting later at night, and that's actually where you are left off. But there was one other important thing that happened in between that conversation and the lead up into Lily and the conductor's conversation personally. In between that, Axel gets stopped by Sergeant Eater, who actually ends up challenging him to a fight, weirdly enough. And, I mean, Axel's gonna be Axel. He gladly accepts, more than excited to actually get to try out his new powers, his new body, and do all that fun stuff. And that's about all the important stuff you missed. Again, it's good that we got the last hour at least, because that's where a lot of the really important things that start to really open up this arc and where we're at. And again, I am sorry, there's just not anything I can do. I even tried retracing the Twitch VOD. I tried pulling it from sites that store Twitch VODs that are sometimes deleted or removed, but they can't do it because it wasn't technically saved. It's a whole thing, and trust me, I have tried just about every method to get it back. You'll even be able to tell for the first 30-ish seconds, probably even more than that, probably first minute, I'm clearly visibly distraught because I've just realized that the recording stopped, but then I quickly become okay because I think I have restarted it in time. But again, I know I'm repeating myself, but I do apologize. Nonetheless, I really hope you guys still enjoy the back hour of the episode. Hopefully I can see y'all Thursday to watch episode 3, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.
Was it mentioned how popular this Lotus killer was? Excuse me.
No, not to my knowledge. Like, if it was known in the public at all, no.
Yeah.
You can make a quick intelligence check, I guess.
Yes. Okay.
Call her Lily the fish woman. Shit all day. All right, that was an intelligence saving throw first of all, not intelligence check.
That's true, actually. Good point. I'm just trying to get it out of the way. So
you could roll a proper check. There you go. That's what you get. That's what you get.
I deserve that.
Yeah, no, there's no mention. Certainly Hector or Turtle didn't mention, and there's no mention in the notes either, really, of what the public's perception of the Red Lotus, if they have a perception at all.
I see. Fuck. Okay. Schmeep schmop. I know Vera was talking, about the safety of the train, and I believe you. I believe we are all safe from any outside force. Has the crime infiltrated the train? Maybe as passengers? I mean, I understand it's not worth stealing, but having nobles be most of the train's customers, I can see one or two, let's say, brave bandits. I cannot imagine they would win against you, but has anyone tried? I take another sip of the whiskey, almost kind of finishing it up.
Carmina takes another swig of her wine. She looks like a little bit flushed. She lets out a long sigh and says, "All right, listen, Lily. I mean, like I said, I think you're kind of cool. I've just met you, but I get good vibes from you, if that makes sense. So I'll be straight with you. I mean, Ashart and I, we are pretty capable. We can certainly throw a lightning bolt or two around and some other types of magic, but our job is not really to protect the passengers at all. It's to protect the train, the Empire's investment in it. If there was something bad that happened in the train, uh, our job would be to lock up the head compartment and stay there unless we were attacked directly. We have all these contingency plans and whatnot, but they mostly boil down to stop the train, lock the compartments, and then wait for rescue. We send up a signal, and the nearest garrison sends troops out and deals with whatever's causing issues on the train.
Sounds like a reasonable solution to the problem. The train is obviously the biggest.
Well, that's not exactly how we advertise, though, is all I'm saying.
Oh, I mean, if you advertise like that, you'd get nothing. You'd get no customers.
I suppose so. Doesn't feel right, though, lying to people about that. I wish they would just, hire some or have a few halcyon on the train itself. I mean, it'd be more expensive, but, they could afford it. It's not like Anyway, whatever.
Yes, they are. With any chance, there appears to be very capable members in the train currently. So I'm sure if anything came up,
She nods. She says, "Yeah, usually the noble people have bodyguards with them in any case, so it's usually we're not too worried about that, even if someone did happen to smuggle on and with ill intentions or whatever."
yeah, and I mean, hey, I may not be able to see, but Noir is quite the bodyguard, and Noir kind of like puffs up his chest.
She reaches out and sort of pets Noir, kind of chuckling.
Well, regardless, Kamina, I guess I don't want to keep you long. I'm sure I will think of other things, but we have more nights than just this one to gossip.
Sure. Do you play Emperor's Gambit?
No, but I'm willing to learn.
She grins. She says, "Oh, all right. I'll bring my set out next time. Maybe tomorrow night after my shift ends.
Yeah, you give me a time and I will be there.
After dinner, we'll say." She flashes you a grin, even though you can't see it, and says, "All right, back to bed then. I'll see you tomorrow, Lily. Good talking with you. Hope you enjoyed the whiskey."
Oh, very good whiskey. I'm a big fan.
I don't know if is Lily actually is she a drinker?
Not heavily, but for taste. So not an alcohol, like a social alcoholic.
Okay. In that case, just the whiskey was very it was
Strong?
quite good whiskey. Quite strong, but quite
Okay.
good.
Quite good. Okay.
Very flavorful. In any case, Carmina, she sort of escorts you back to her room. She sort of pauses, not entirely sure. She like puts out a hand. She says, how do you normally just? I guess is there a physical way you say goodbye, or is it just
Okay. I. This is tedious. I would like to maybe this is a drink getting to me, but is it okay if I feel your face? It gives me an idea of kind of what you look like.
Carmina nods happily, and then realizes that you can't see her. So, yeah, sure, no problem. It's a little strange for me, obviously, but I haven't met anyone like you before, so I'm happy to,
I extend my hand and I go, please direct me. I do not want to touch anything that I do not want to touch.
She kind of blushes and lowers her face down. I think I described her. She is kind of a tall woman. Yeah. So she puts her face in your hands.
Yeah, I feel her cheeks, her forehead, kind of coming down to the nose. One finger over the lips, and then kind of feeling the rest of it. And I go, wow, that was. I mean, I know the way you sound, but okay, I think I have an idea.
She straightens, and I mean, you can't see this, although you might have been able to see a little bit of heat beneath her cheeks, but she is kind of blushing right now. She says, "Well, I don't mean to, be too forward, but you're not a bad-looking lady yourself, Miss Lily."
Well, I hope not. And I give a chuckle. Well, I am sure we I hope to be better than just acquaintances as the days goes by. You know.
She nods, getting a little bit of a more sober look to her face, as like she's thinking about something in particular. Just yeah, sure. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, Lily. And she enters her cabin and closes the door behind her.
Very well. Good night. And I in I imagine most people are not in, and if it doesn't matter, it's all right. But Noir would be like kind of guiding me as to where I walk, and I would be obviously like hands on the wall or hands on stuff, kind of guiding my way around.
Sure. As you head back to your cabin, yeah, no, you don't see anyone up still. There's still Alma in the compartment there, but she's like napping, snoring in the food compartment, the dining compartment.
I see.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
So that night, let's see. Whose cabin are you in, Lily? Are you in Vera or Axel's?
Vera's.
Okay. And okay.
Hudson, I wanted to ask one more thing. With my funky little 24, could I also gauge if I could break the thread myself?
Okay, so here you get the sense that you were able to like sort of grab onto it with the energy that you felt building up within you and try to sort of tug on it. You get the sense from that tug that there's nothing that you could do with that energy that would be able to break the thread. It's pretty much invulnerable. However, like that, there might be other methods that you could try other than just with your own energy.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So Lily and Vera, Noir, I assume, sleeps like at the foot of the bed or something like that.
He sleeps with me.
Oh, okay. Kind of a small bed, but I suppose Lily's pretty small though. So
Yes.
the two of you together would fit all right.
No, did the cat's just like on her face? Just
That too. Cat do cat shit.
yeah.
Noir may be from the seventh realm of hell, but he's still a cat
Still
at
a
the end of
cat.
the day.
Still a cat.
Well, I mean, aren't all cats?
Exactly.
True.
Can confirm I do have cat. He is a demon.
Oh,
All right. In the course of the night, you guys sleep, I suppose, without issue. However, Axel, go ahead and make a perception check.
Alright.
Let me roll real quick. There's a private GM roll channel. So nice.
Oh, we don't get to see it. That's so lame.
I mean, you guys are definitely not going to believe me, but it was a nat 20.
Eat
Ah!
shit. This is cat.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I want to see proof.
Screen grab.
No, I can't give you proof, unfortunately.
It's all right.
That'd be
It's all
spoilers.
right.
All right. Yeah. You sleep without issue.
Okay.
In the morning,
Thanks.
in the morning, you guys wake up. A little bit of sunlight peering through your windows. Actually, there are no windows in your cabin, so never mind. But you wake up in any case. Vera, you can go and make a perception check.
Axel does need to do something in his room this morning.
With advantage?
No. I appreciate the effort, though. Okay, yeah, with a 16. As you get up, you feel like a little bit like your pillow isn't quite the same way. It's kind of in an odd position. You might have like gestured on your sleep, but you sort of move it to put it back in its position. And a piece of paper is sort of revealed underneath it.
Hate that.
Fantastic. Is it a note? Does it have words on it?
It
No.
does appear to be a note.
It's a blank sheet of
Great.
paper.
It's just a blank piece of construction paper. Great. What is the note?
I put it in
open
your
up and
inventory.
hold it. Oh, my inventory. Oh my god, I get to see it first. that. Oh. Oh shit! I can still hear myself echoing. Great. Is Lily awake?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
I'm like, Lily, Lily, are you awake?
I imagine. I was imagining I was on top bunk. I actually don't know if we specified. Did we specify?
No,
He
but
said,
you
he said
can be on
I
top
wanted
bunk.
top bunk.
Wait.
So if I'm on top bunk, I like do the thing where like my head peeks over the bed, and Noir's head does too.
I love how the blind girl is on the top bunk.
Yes.
Lily, I got a scary note. And then I'm going to read it out to Lily. It says, I know who you are. I know what you are. Mother would like to speak with you. Don't keep her waiting. Mother doesn't like to wait. I hate everything about this note, and I don't want to wake up, and I'm stressed. That note could not be more foreboding if it tried.
Is there even a mother on this train?
God.
Ugh. Fine. Okay, we need to be a bit more careful.
Great. So someone knows I'm a cleric. That's
Kinda good.
fantastic.
Besides that, an outsider, but I agree both options are not good.
Where's Axel getting involved in this?
His room, it appears to be.
I just freaking bang on your door.
Well, I need to figure out when I woke up because I have things that
Oh, you got
I
things.
need to do.
Okay, fine.
I got things
I'll
I need to do prior to the.
Fine.
We'll see. We'll see.
As Hudson's bathroom break?
I think so.
Fun.
Can I tell you, while we're here, Lily has like her own vision when I click her token,
30-second ad break. Suck it.
and every time I move Lily but not Noir, I lose Noir, and I just have to guess where he is. Like I have to guess the square. So
That's
I've been doing pretty
I'll
good. I have a pretty good memory where he is at all times.
Since
'Cause
Hudson gets a bathroom break, psych, we're still on break. I need water.
Oh, I would
I'm
have
ready.
done. I would have done a minute long ad. I only did 30 seconds. What a shame. What a shame.
Yeah, I'll add the note to your inventory as well, Axel.
It was Lily for what?
So I guess I can ask this while she's gone though. Time wise,
Oh, good point. I need to advance the calendar a day because we have a calendar.
We have a calendar. Let's go.
It's an ad. Listen, okay, I hit y'all with an ad because then it turns off pre-rolls for a time being, and y'all didn't miss anything. Okay, I'm sorry. It's for betterment of the stream. So time wise, I mean, Axel typically is not one to wake up early, but I don't know if there's something that either A, wakes us up, or B, he's also really amped for this fight because he's very excited to get to use his stuff. So wake up times, what are we talking here? Because they're trying to come talk to me, but I need Axel was going to do something if he woke up before they came over to me.
Yeah, I suppose if you're sort of all excited and whatnot, you probably would wake up a little earlier. Yeah, I'll say this. So you wake up about 5 minutes before they do.
Okay. Perfect. So I then get up. First off, yeah, we'll do this. Yeah, I get up. I'm excited, pretty much wide-eyed off the bat. Start doing basic stretches, but immediately I get a very like freaked out, just feeling like this oh shit, and I'm just like patting myself down. We teleported into this world with nothing, right? Like absolutely nothing.
Correct.
Okay. This is gonna be kind of okay. I'm gonna look around. Is there anything in my room that is like rubber? This will make sense in a second.
No, there's no rubber.
Okay. So I kind of start to like freak out a little bit. I'm like, oh shit. And do I recall ever seeing anything that was made of rubber?
You can make an intelligence check.
Okay.
What do you look up?
Oh, this is not a skill. I just realized.
Finding rubber?
Checks. Well, I was in skill for an intelligence check, but I realized it was an intelligence check.
Gotcha. With a 17, to the best of your knowledge, no. Rubber doesn't appear to be a material that they have at least regular access to here.
Okay. Ooh, okay. My well, shit. I am going to kind of examine my mattress. What are we talking? Is it like foam shit, or is it?
No, it's feathery, upholstery, that sort of stuff.
Okay, so now I'm really freaking out. My clothing. Okay, yeah, he'll just do this at this point. He takes. So basically, to put you in the mindset of what's happening right now, he has fought. Like background time. He fought a single time without a mouth guard and lost, and he is now very scared to fight without a mouth guard just because it's like a mental block for him. So he's gonna take. I suppose because he's just wearing like regular clothes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I suppose this best bet then. He is going to. Does he feel like he could pull like his dagger out and then like cut off a part of maybe his shoe, that he could literally basically just put into his mouth or something like that? And no, he doesn't give a shit about like germ stuff. He just like is there a because most shoes have like a what are his shoes made of? I guess I should ask.
Yeah. I mean,
like are they more like leather? Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like leather, I suppose, at the bottom.
Okay. He will take like kind of around where the ankle is. He'll try to cut off like a strip of the leather, to where he could like fit it, like in between his teeth, and kind of like in his mouth.
You can make a sleight of hand check.
All right.
Okay. 11. Yeah, it's not a very good mouth guard,
That's
but
fine.
it'll at least fit in your mouth.
All right, hey, that's what he needed. So he takes this and cuts this, and you see him fit it into his mouth, and I kind of take it out. I'm like, it's just gonna have to do, I guess. And I go ahead and just put it in my pocket, to have for later.
Okay.
I'm good now.
I thought you were just gonna pop it in for the rest of the day.
He's not that superstitious.
In any case, I suppose that would have taken about your 5 minutes. So at
Yes,
that point,
yeah.
I guess Vera knocks at your door, alerting you to the note that she received.
Yeah, I go ahead and open it, and I'm like, yeah, what was that?
I just hand him the note without saying a word.
My excited smile immediately just dissipates, and man, I thought I was finally gonna like have a day, or get to fight at least. I just hand the note back. Do you know who the hell Mother is?
No, and I really don't want to know. They sound unpleasant.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like this person's happy. Okay, did the note say, or did you put it in my inventory?
I did put it in your inventory.
Okay. Okay, so the note did say you specifically, not y'all.
Yes.
Or you all, rather. My southern ass.
Did
So
I look at Noir and kind of. Did you hear anything during the night?
Noir meows, no.
Can I try to mana sense this note?
Sure.
As Lily's doing
Focus on
this,
this new sense that you've discovered, directing it towards the small piece of paper that Axel's holding. 14. Yeah, so like it. Again, I don't know how Lily would interpret this necessarily, but it has like kind of a cold feeling to it. Like your senses sort of, you know, it comes across as cold and kind of. There's like a sense of like old pain.
oh no.
Mm,
Okay.
Okay, so they're old.
Is this handwritten?
Yeah.
as I'm handing the note back, I'm just like, did someone just slip it under y'all's door last night?
No, it was under my pillow, which is quite lovely to wake up to.
Yeah. I give the squinty eye, lean forward, like, under your pillow?
Just to describe, to you guys, I'm not sure if I made this clear earlier, but each of the cabins, it has like a sliding bolt lock. So like you can lock yourself inside, but like you can't leave and then like relock it or whatever. Does that make sense?
gotcha.
I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah. Yeah.
I assume you guys probably would have locked it when you went in for the night.
Having known that, yes, I got you. Okay, so I'm not okay. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. Definitely isn't ideal. I mean, honestly, guys, my opinion here, I think we proceed as normal.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing we can do with this, but I guess just keep the lookout for weirdos.
Yeah. I like this. We don't keep her waiting.
Speaking of weirdos, pretty sure those rich people are planning to unalive us at some point. So,
What day is that?
it's just, you know, how Joseph came barreling towards us. I think they'd rather see us dead, so I'd like to avoid them if possible, but I'd also say they're probably a suspicious person.
I mean,
Concerning the whole Red Lotus thing, maybe they're too easy of a target to assume they're the Red Lotus, but they are quite trigger happy. I would say I'm just suspicious of them, mostly because I haven't met anyone else who is suspicious that I could pinpoint as a serial killer.
I mean, hey, whatever they are, if they want to try to fight us, I mean, they can go right ahead.
Okay, let's continue with our day then.
Do.
Do we have a plan for what we want to do today? Or I would very much like to find clues for, what did the Red Lotus note say? Something about a spider?
Yes.
I don't just want to outright ask people if they know anything
do you have a pet
about.
spider?
What did you say?
Oh, so you just go to people, just like, hey, do you have a pet spider?
I do?
Yeah, how do you spell spider in the shadows?
No, yeah, I mean, listen, I think we go eat breakfast. I have a sparring session set up, hopefully at least. Yeah, he hasn't said no, so looking good so far. And maybe if I, gain a little respect from him, we could maybe get some info or something.
Okay, that sounds good. Hopefully he'll have something to share. Am I cutting out at all? I keep.
You
My
were a
mic
little
was
bit.
It
I
was
think
a
it's
little
good
bit
now.
earlier.
Yeah, I think you're good now.
Okay. I don't know how to fix that, but
No, you're good. You're good.
I would assume Vera would know that Lily talked to train conductor lady last night.
I don't know.
If I what?
Does Vera know that you talked to the train conductor?
Not if you don't ask. I didn't say anything about it.
Okay.
You know it's gone, but
Okay. All right. Okay then. Let's carry.
Yeah, let's say Axel will just. I'll just start going to the breakfast, baby.
breakfast. I follow suit with Vera if we're all gonna go to breakfast.
Okay.
Fair.
Hudson, drag us to breakfast.
Can we fly?
Can we fly through? It's so much fun.
Flying through is so fun.
All right.
It's like, what have I created?
We can do another fly through, I guess.
Yes.
All right. All right. This is the order that you're going in. So let's see here. Everyone say
Yeah, we. This is way more amusing than it has any right to be.
You did pass various people in the different caverns. They've switched up a little bit, but not too significantly.
Dude,
as
does
you
Buffer
guys
Light
are,
Eye leave this goddamn corner? Holy.
As you guys enter the dining cabin, Buffer Light Eye looks up at all of you and he says, "Oh, it's our favorite constables. Listen, I want to pick your brain about something, if you wouldn't mind."
Oh goodness gracious!
I growl.
So I
Sure
was gonna say I go.
thing, sir. What can we help you?
Well, I've been reading this book, and it has this riddle in it, and I just can't wrap my head around it. I'm not entirely sure of what the answer is. Do you have a good mind for that sort of thing?
What is the riddle?
All right. And he takes out this book, and he looks down and reads from it. "As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Every wife had 7 sacks. Every sack had 7 cats. Every cat had 7 kits. Kits, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were there going to St. Ives?"
It's not a riddle, it's a math problem. Fuck it, use a calculator. You do understand this is not a riddle, right?
Well, it's presented as a riddle in the book. I mean, why? What are your thoughts, Miss Lily?
I believe it is more of a. I mean, I heard it once, but I believe it's more of a mathematical problem than a riddle. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I mean that would be a solution, I suppose. Doesn't that seem a little too simple, though?
My kind sir, can you just repeat it one more time, please?
As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Every wife had 7 sacks. Every sack had 7 cats. Every cat had 7 kits. Kits, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were there going to St. Ives? I also posted in the chat.
Yeah, sorry. One more time for the gang, though.
What are we talking about? Okay. Just you.
Yeah.
Just the person that was going.
As I was going to. So.
Just the person that was going. That's all.
So just one?
Yes.
Okay.
Me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he's the only one that's. Okay.
One person, Mr. Light Eye.
No, well, I suppose that does make sense, doesn't it?
Yep. Oui,
for your help.
monsieur.
Wee.
Thank you for your help, Miss Lily. That's very clever of you. You're a clever young lady.
Indubitably.
I wave goodbye. Give him a pleasant little wave goodbye as Lily and I go away.
I just had the worst table, actually.
No, I saw the best one.
Is there anything in particular you guys are doing here? You just quickly eat breakfast and then go about your day.
Yes,
quickly.
I would ask, and I'd be like, so do y'all like what's your best protein filled breakfast?
Alma says, "Well, we have steaks and sausage, or eggs and sausages, along with some hash browns. That's sort of the standard here."
Right, I'll take that. That's fine.
Alma nods and heads off. She comes back, supplying each of you guys with your breakfast. There are some other more veggie sort of filled options. So it's up to you guys if you would prefer something like that. But
Not particularly.
in any case, she brings you guys back plates full of food, and you guys eat to your content. Once you're done, what would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna thank Alma and walk my happy ass to
I should point out, during that point, Buffer Light Eye, he actually does get up and leave to the right.
Oh, he
Apparently
does
they
get
did.
up from the table.
Oh,
Because the man was a table.
Yes, I will get up, thank Alma, and then head to the storage room.
Okay. Is there anything? Are you guys going with them, or are you going just elsewhere?
yeah.
I'll go with him.
Yeah, I'll-
I was like, I was like, talking wise, I'll stand up, thank Alma, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm kind of pumped up with adrenaline right now. I'm headed to the storage room, and I just start going that way.
Okay. If everyone's going that way, I can just move everyone.
As we
And I didn't
pass through, do we see the dwarf?
No.
Damn it.
And I didn't see my fighting sparring partner while we were flying through, right?
No.
Okay. Look in that case.
I mean, I
I'm
guess
good.
I should point out that you guys can't see inside of the cabins in this compartment, and Sergeant Eater and Buffer Light Eye do presumably have cabins here,
Gotcha.
though you're not sure which ones. So you guys can move yourselves from there.
Let us go outside.
Bajoop. Shaboop. I will just step in.
Sergeant Eater, as you can see, is already inside. He has his weapon down on the side there, and his armor on the side as well. He's sort of taking some experimental punches. You can make an insight check with advantage if you'd like to sort of examine his form.
Yeah, very much so. I'll say, theory wise, I was a very intelligent fighter, and I was very big on using my opponent against himself. So where was you said perception or insight?
I was going to say insight with advantage.
Advantage.
Okay, 15. You sort of look him up and down. Also with the 15, you do recognize that he's not moving his feet at all like a boxer would.
Ooh, okay.
So to stay light on your feet, he's solidly planted himself. He's not moving at all, his feet.
Interesting. Okay. All right, I kind of step forward and I'm like, hey, so I guess we got the go ahead.
He puts up a finger. He says, one moment. I need to speak with you and your friends there. Clear something out of the air that I've been having bad feelings about. I wanted to speak with you.
Okay, for sure. And I turn around and just wave over the gang.
Okay, well, I can't move. So, well, connection. Jesus. Okay, there we go. Alive.
He says, so I was a soldier in the Dragon Legion for 7 years. And over the course of that time, as you might imagine, I've dealt with a lot of different people and a lot of different types of fighters. And while I can identify that this one, and he points at Lily, I can sense that there is a bit of a connection between her and the cat back there, which would identify her as a beast heart. And I'm pretty sure, he points at Axel, that you're some sort of combination of a spell user and a fighter. He points at Vera. I've only sensed one particular type of person that I get the same vibe as the lady back there. What exactly is her style of fighting?
I just turn and look at Vera. I'm not talking for her.
Why is this necessary information, sir?
He shrugs and he says, it's not, except that I swore an oath to the Emperor to protect him and his. And if you're a threat to people on this train, you're a threat to him and his. So I'd like to know, are you a threat to this train or the people on it?
No, in fact, I would much rather protect the people on this train.
Okay, you can make a persuasion check. I'll say with advantage.
She has literally healed broken noses already.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Sergeant Eater respects a straight talker.
Oh, God. Select. Oh, it's to. I keep losing connection.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I can roll for
Yeah,
you.
it's lagging for me. I selected it twice, so yeah, I guess.
Oh, okay, there it goes. One of them went through.
Yeah.
Okay, 17. Sergeant Eater nods slowly. He says, well, I can appreciate that, I suppose. I'm not a Halcyon Legion man. I don't particularly care if you're breaking relatively minor laws. I suppose I should care. But I just care about people's well-being, not necessarily the political, whatever the bureaucrats decide and the nobility. It's not my responsibility to enforce their will. It's my responsibility to protect. And if you're not a threat, and as long as I don't see you doing anything that would obviously break the law, I don't see as I have any particular responsibility to deal with you.
Well,
You catch my drift?
I greatly appreciate that,
He nods.
and I will take your word for it.
In any case, Mr. Axel, if you'd like to begin, what particular rules are you looking for this bout?
Well, and I'll kind of reach into my pocket and pull out my little handmade mouth guard here. More of something to chew on, really, than anything. I'm like, well, I don't really mind either way, you know, if you want to allow maybe a little spell work.
He frowns. He says, if you want to go that route, I suppose you're looking for something of a real fight, not something, not a simple test of skill, but a more serious demonstration of our abilities.
I mean, hey, I am down for either, but and I kind of do a little neck crack move. I have been itching to get moving a little bit.
He shrugs and says, all right, in that case, if we're fighting for real here, I'll need my sword and armor.
All right,
Are you okay with that?
Whatever works for you. And as I say that, I will kind of make my daggers appear.
He nods and picks up his sword and starts replacing his armor. It doesn't take him very long to put it back on. He says, all right, how do you want to do this? Until unconsciousness or until first blood?
First blood.
Or second, or third. Doesn't matter much to me.
Yeah, I just look at him with a big smile. I'm like, hey, listen, I like to fight it out to the end. I'm not death, of course, but you know.
All right, until unconsciousness or one of us cries uncle, so to speak.
Of course. And I will kind of turn back to the gang. And I'm like, y'all want to count us down? As I turn back to Sergeant here.
I would like to lean over to Vera and go, listen, Vera, I am not one for the fight, but I think you should stay here in case they get hurt. I'm going to go back to uh, the other cabin.
All
And
right.
I got to walk out, and then
Yeah.
I'll be doing stuff while they fight, but go they can obviously do first.
Feeling a lot.
I'll ignore you here so I can see.
You'll
Sorry. No, I didn't. I forgot. You moved to leave the cabin, Lily. The door appears to be locked.
What?
Is it locked from the inside?
It appears to be locked from the outside. As you recall, coming into this place in the first place, it has this like large, like, so it's kind of like a padlock sort of thing that's placed on the outside.
Okay. Monsieur Eder. And I have a smile on my face, but it is a very sinister, very like upset smile. Would you perhaps know where we are locked in here?
I would. How
Oh,
about we finish our fight before we discuss that?
I would like to leave.
He shrugs and he says, I have orders not to allow that, at least not yet. Once the fight is done, we can discuss this further.
Axel?
Uh,
I will not.
Well,
I will not.
got a lot more serious.
I will not disrespect your duel. I am not a animal. But well, make it difficult and do not lose. If you lose,
Oh.
I will take over, and that will
Oh.
not end as nicely.
Oh, I don't plan on it. As he's just staring at is it Eater or Eder? How did he say it?
Eater.
Okay, he's just staring at Eater with just the biggest grin. His dagger's just out ready to go.
I'd like to count us down, as you were saying.
Yep. Well, I guess I will entertain you, but we have some questions for you after this, obviously. Let it begin. 3, 2, 1, duel.
All right.
Yes!
That's a little bit quicker on his feet.
I would like to move further back than this.
That's the boxer in me, baby. All right.
Do we roll for initiative
Excited.
as well or no?
If you'd like to join the combat, you can. I mean, unless if you're just being a bystander right now, there's not much of a need. But
All right. So starting off here, kind of with some of my practice that I had in my prior room standing still, I try to surge my power, so to speak, to really amp my body and start moving a lot faster. As I cast a Zephyr Strike here. I don't know, is Zephyr Strike visible like outwardly? No, okay.
yeah, I think it's kind of an emanation of sort of this greenish energy that is swirling around in a wind pattern.
Gotcha. So you see me kind of like get into my stance, ready to charge as that green wind glow just rushes around me, and I just W key this man.
I'll be back.
I will. As I get here, you see me pull out my blade for a hit. As you see it charge up with this electrical energy, and I will. I guess do I actually cast it? I guess not. I guess it's just a regular attack roll. Let's see. Oh, what the hell was the button for an attack roll? Where is that one? Oh, do I click dagger? Is that how I do this? Yes.
Are you doing booming blade?
Yes.
Okay, I think you can click the booming blade, can't you?
Booming
Or-
blade was one I had to add in, so I don't think it
okay.
has it like automated.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, I mean, if you're attacking with your dagger, then just the dagger for now, and then you can add 1d8 if you're using booming blade.
Okay,
Right.
that will be
Or
if he
rather-
moves. Yeah.
Right, if he moves. Right.
So yeah, so I will hit.
Okay.
Eh.
You charge forward pretty quickly. Your dagger slipping beneath his guard, but his armor deflects it without too much issue. It sort of gets caught in the chainmail, and you have to kind of retract before he gets a chance to grab your hand.
All right. Seeing that, I immediately back up.
Wait. So
yes.
You use Zephyr Strike, right?
Yeah, Zephyr Strike's a bonus action.
That gives you advantage on the attack.
Oh, if I use that version. Oh, true. Okay, I guess I'll roll again. I'll go ahead and use it because Axel will just be pumping out whatever he can. So
Yeah.
I will attack again.
So yeah, just go ahead and attack again.
Why is it? Oh, I have to select my target. Nice.
So that one.
Huge.
Also, the original thing you were a little slow, but you do manage to sort of push the attack through with this extra speed that the spell granted you.
The wind forcing me through. Okay, so now it will be regular
So you can roll
damage.
add an extra 1d8 because the Zephyr Strike is an extra 1d8 of force damage, I think, right?
Yes. Okay, it rolled the attack roll, but it didn't ask me for damage. Is there a way I can...
That's odd. It should have asked you for damage.
Unless I skipped it by accident. I believe it's just a d6, right?
So it's a d4. So it's a d4 plus
Sheet.
plus 3 plus 1d8.
All right. Cool.
Okay. I'll add the damage there. So yeah, you get a pretty solid strike on him right off the bat there.
All right. And so then doing that, I will back up, being very quick as to he can't even react to me. And I suppose with Booming Blade, I mean, again, I don't know the exact kind of idea, but does it stay on him?
Yeah, so it's like this bluish static lightning energy that sort of surrounds him, threatening him if he moves out of that little space there.
Gotcha. So yeah, having an idea of how it works, I kind of back up, get to the spot where I started, and I just look at him like, all right, come at me.
He snorts. So it'll be his turn now. Oh, we didn't even begin the combat. All right, there we go. He will step forward. He like looks like around at the sort of electricity all around him, and without any hesitation, he steps through it. So you can go and roll the extra d8. Get extra 5 points of damage.
And I will say it is like canonical to Booming Blade, where it literally is like a lightning bolt and the sound of lightning. Like it is the sound of thunder that just boom whenever he moves.
Yeah, I imagine it made particularly loud given this enclosed metal space.
Well, shit. Okay, I'm scared. Yeah, I'll just be gripping and ripping everything. All right. So I suppose seeing him come out with this longsword very effective. Oh, it took my reaction away. What the fuck? Oh, I didn't click it fast enough, I guess. Oh, what is happening? There's so many things.
You're probably concentrating on something. I don't know what you'd be concentrating on. though.
Zephyr Strike. Zephyr Strike's as a concentration.
Okay. Well, in any case, it looks like you made your concentration save. So he charges in and thrusts, scoring a solid sort of cutting wound on your side, cutting through your clothes. And he will go for another attack.
Oh, cringe lord. What was... Oh, I can't even see his damage rolls. Okay, I'm not going to react yet. Oh, shit, should have reacted. All right, go team.
Zephyr.
I'm not sure if you're any... absorb elements wouldn't help here.
Oh, because you can't do...
This
like
is
slashing and stuff,
damage.
right? Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So with a quick follow-up move, he pivots on his foot a little slower, but there's just so much force behind his blade, and it's just so well targeted. It sort of slashes through your midsection again, leaving a long cutting wound. He gets into the same stance as before, awaiting your counterattack.
All right. Ooh, choices. All right, I suppose feeling a genuine pain he is yet to feel with this body. He kind of rears back, just goes, well, all or nothing, right? As he's just going for damage. He will go ahead and...
Let's bang.
Oh, yeah, he's going to do this. Okay, so he, with, I can't cast 2 spells. Fuck. This is not like Naruto, huh? You gotta really think about what you're doing, eh? Weird champ. Okay, he will go ahead and booming blade again, even just in his face. Just full might, charging his dagger full of that electricity again, swinging it at the dome. Not advantage this time, so Prage. Well. But missing, being very light on his feet, he immediately kind of sidesteps to his left, and goes with his offhand, swinging back again, trying to catch him off guard. When I roll with this though, because it doesn't get the +3, right?
Right. That's okay. I'll just add the HP back if it hits.
Okay. Click.
All right, you do manage to hit.
All right, so with my offhand, I roll it, and so normal. But I guess in this case, it would literally just be 1.
1 damage, yeah. Unfortunately.
Sheesh.
All right. Sergeant Eater takes the blow in stride and strikes back with his longsword.
Yeah, valid.
Or no?
I want to absorb this element.
Yeah, I know you would. With this one, he sort of slaps you with this. He sort of goes in for a feint, drawing your defense one way, and then with the hilt of his longsword, he slams it against your temple, knocking you cold. You sort of fall to the ground. Sergeant Eater puts up the blade, the longsword, pointed at both you, Lily, and Vera. We'll change the music for now. He says, "Don't approach just yet. I have a friend who needs some questions answered." And Buffer Light Eye rises up from behind the crates and makes his way out, sort of shuffling.
I was wondering when you would come back.
Buffer gives an embarrassed little shrug. He says, "Yeah, you, like I said, you seem like clever folks. Mr. Eater, if you wouldn't mind plugging your ears. I'll gesture if I need you." Eater looks over at him. He says, "I'll wait outside. Just call me if you need me." Do either of you move to stop him?
Nope.
Okay.
Nah.
Although I am seething.
He does a particular knock at the door, and you hear a lock being undone as he opens the door. I'm not going to move him here because he's way off, but Aaron is standing outside. Eater goes through the door and closes it, and you hear the locking mechanism again.
So, you just couldn't contain the curiosity, could we?
Something like that. Miss Lily, I believe you are intending violence upon me. Do I need to call Sergeant Eater back in here?
I am not intending anything.
Lily, come on.
I'm not doing anything. What am I doing? I got close.
I assume you have questions for us. Is that why you've gone to these links?
Yes, more or less. So here, I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'll put my cards on the table. You're not from Rheintal. I know that. I don't even think that you're a citizen of the Doric Empire at all. And past that, I got to thinking, well, who could you be then? And there aren't a lot of options. It would save me a fair amount of time guessing if you told me the truth straight up.
And why would we do that?
It seems you enjoy riddles.
I do. As I said, I'm a very curious person.
So you simply want this information for your own, to satisfy your own curiosity.
Well, no. As with Sergeant Eater, I would like to identify if you are a threat to myself or the other people on this train.
No, we're on this train to save everyone on it. We've been given a mission, and if we don't complete it, everyone will die, including us.
I see. Wow. So a lot of
Yes.
questions.
Wow.
Who gave you this mission? Why is everyone on the train going to die if you don't complete it? Who do you work
Sir,
for?
we're trying to locate an incredibly dangerous target, and I'm sorry, but we don't know if we can trust you. We have been on this train for not long enough. We are still gathering information. Everyone's lives are at stake if we just carelessly spill vital information to just anyone.
That's fair. That's fair. I can see your concern. However, I'm not just anyone. I'm not sure how I would prove this to you. But if your intentions are as they say they are, I could be a very powerful ally in this little quest of yours. And in fact, I would be a very motivated ally, as apparently I will die if you don't complete your mission.
All right, fine. I guess I'll take the bait. Do you know anything about the infamous serial killer, the Red Lotus?
He frowns. You can make an insight check if you want. But he'll answer in any case. He says, I've not heard that name before, no.
Good check. Good check.
I get with a 22.
22? Yeah, he seems to be legitimate, at least in this respect. He hasn't heard those words before.
So I gather he's not well known then.
If he's a famous serial killer, where does he operate?
Oh, goodness.
We do not know.
Several.
We have letters of his previous murders, and we're supposed to figure it out. Listen, we know about as much as you do in these matters.
Well, depending on where he was based, I might not have heard of him for that. If he was based in Corlita, I would have heard of him.
Sorry, I'm scanning through the note. One of the deaths was near Fort Populi. I'm scanning through the notes as I'm telling him this.
May I see those?
Sure, I hand over the notes.
He takes them and he puts the little eyeglass up and he quickly scans through them. He puts them back down. Well, a bit of a picture is beginning to form here. It sounds to me like this serial killer, the Shadow Legion, was trying to keep him under wraps. I assume that's who you got these notes from. This certainly isn't House Legion documentation. Are you, and I mean, I don't know what else you could be. It wouldn't make sense for you to be anything else. You're Outworlders, correct?
I look at, is so unconscious? Sorry, I should ask this.
Yeah.
He is still
He is. Yeah, I think he is.
I done
Okay.
been unconscious.
Well, can I just check him over while we're in the midst of this conversation, just to make sure he doesn't have bleeding out?
Sure. You can make a medicine check with advantage.
Right.
Can Noir just kind of smell Buffer up and down, see if he has anything fishy on him? No pun intended.
Okay. Yeah, you staunch the bleeding from Axel's wounds. They were fairly intense, but surface level wounds. And he was knocked out pretty violently, but he's Sergeant Eater used the minimum amount of force necessary to take him out. Let's just say.
Okay, great. So back to Mr. Buffer. When he asked me, "Are you other worlders?" I kind of, I guess, glance at Noir since Lily can't see me.
Well, I positioned Noir there so I could see everyone, including behind me.
So I kind of glance to be trying to communicate. Yeah. Do we tell him? Do we not? We might as well. Who knows?
As there is no point. Oui, monsieur, we are.
I see. So, who summoned you exactly?
We did not know we were summoned, and then the man that talked to us was shortly murdered,
We
and
were summoned and we were told.
I didn't catch all of that.
Yeah, we were summoned and we were told that if we don't complete this mission, we die. Along with everyone else on this train.
Well, as Outworlders,
I
that's true.
said, yes, we are not.
Goodbye.
Rip Marissa. That's that's too bad.
Rip the gang.
Is she back? Oh no, she just dropped out of Foundry. Rip. We'll give her a minute here. I don't want to continue the conversation without.
Buffer, you're a piece of shit and I hate you.
Even I just love that, like, one of the first things in the chat, they're like, no one attempts to wake up Axel for this conversation. They're like, bro, he's just out cold.
Rip Axel. I mean,
I'm
do we really want Axel to be awake for this? Let's be honest with ourselves here.
No.
I'm gonna get up and be like, bro, they know everything now? What the fuck you mean? What you mean they know everything?
I see Vera in the voice chat, but I don't hear her.
In this room, I did the pacing around.
Yeah.
Could I perhaps?
Oh, I think I might have heard her
Oh.
for a moment.
Oh, Jesus, my internet. Of course it's gotta mess up at the best time.
At the finish line here.
At the prefaces.
The pinnacle.
Yeah.
The peak.
All this important info on my internet is like, fuck you.
Well, I can hear you now, clear.
Oh, fun.
All right, well, let's continue the conversation while we have you. Let's see. Who was saying? Someone was saying something.
Well, Vera was saying something.
The last I heard, he asked us if we're Outworlders, and I was attempting to say yes, we were summoned here, and abruptly told we needed to complete this mission or we die.
Yes. So, as far as I know, I haven't ever summoned an Outworlder myself, but that is the ritual. There is a task that you have to complete, or else the mana that sustains you gets taken away over time. So that's accurate. Like I said, I was curious about who summoned you, and Lily said that someone summoned you and then another man murdered him in front of you. Is that accurate?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Can you describe the man who murdered the other man? A bunch of shadowy black armor, face mask, that sort of thing?
Yes.
That sounds about
Dude,
accurate.
how does he know?
Okay. So that was a member of the Shadow Legion. They're an unofficial branch of, the Empire's Halcyon Legion. They're tasked with doing the work that the other two legions don't do. And that apparently includes dealing with a serial killer who can strip away spirit mana as though it was nothing, which I must admit is quite a disturbing thing. I can see why he was desperate enough to send you three here. You see, Outworlders don't have the same sort of spirit mana that the rest of us do, so you will presumably be immune to the effects of whatever magic or method this person is using.
Oh. Well. Ugh. So, does that satisfy your curiosity?
Well, yes. Now the issue is how to ensure that you complete your mission. As you say, if this person does exist, and it appears that the Shadow Legion is convinced that they do, they would certainly be willing to blow up this train to kill someone as dangerous as that. which puts
I
me in a
don't-
considerable amount of danger, as it does everyone else on the ship, on this train.
I don't suppose you would have any insight on any suspicious individuals. The only really suspicious people I've met on this train are Moses, that noble, and his wife, but they seem more just stuck up than potential serial killers.
I mean, the most suspicious people I've seen on this train are you three. I wasn't really paying much attention to anyone else. All right. Well, I'd like to establish a little bit of trust between us. I can see why you might be upset with the way I've handled things, but you have to understand, I didn't realize if you were a enemy or ally, so to speak. You've entrusted me with a secret of yours, and I will trust you with a secret of mine in kind. Does that sound fair?
I suppose so.
He moves over in front of Axel and reaches down to touch him.
I watch him carefully. What are you doing?
He sort of flexes his fingers for a moment. He says, sorry, I'm a little bit out of practice. This is highly, highly illegal, and I haven't had the chance to do it for quite a while.
Is he doing what I think he's doing?
Another cleric.
Racist dwarf cleric.
Is he racist?
That's his name is Buffer Light Eye. He reaches down, and a surge of healing magic, this sort of glowing light, emanates from his hand, rushing into Axel. Axel, you wake up with a start as you feel the wounds close almost completely in front of you. He looks up at you, Vera, and says, "By the way, once Sergeant Eater sees this, tell him that I had a couple potions of healing in my possession, which, by the way, is not actually untrue. I do actually have some potions of healing. But I'll share this with you."
I'm kind of staring at Light Eye with wide eyes, like oh, okay.
So what situation am I waking up to? I'm just seeing the three surrounding me and like Buffer Light Eye just hovering over the top of me.
He, as you woke up, like he had his hand on your chest, but after a moment, like he let his hand go up and he sort of stood up and took a step back.
Welcome to the world of the living, Axel.
I was like, am I like groggy? Like how am I? Because I know you said the wounds healed up almost instantly, but
yeah, you feel actually quite good. I mean, you still feel kind of messed up. It didn't completely heal you 100%. Like the cuts are still there to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But you actually feel pretty like invigorated, if anything. Like what flowed into you is like pure energy.
All right, I will sit up, and just kind of look at him, and it's like, thank you.
You're
All right.
a cleric.
That's good.
Vera shakes her head. So, you know about this. As an otherworld, I know absolutely nothing about being a cleric and coming to this world and learning that the Empire hates clerics has not been fun.
Wait, you're a cleric?
Unfortunately.
Oh my, that's incredibly unlucky on your part.
Yes. Yes, it is. Especially since I don't even know, frustrating.
I imagine. I'll go over the basics with you in a bit here, but I imagine catching our friend up is our first priority. Mr. Axel, your friends have informed me about your mission here and your status as Outworlders. I've offered my aid, as if the train blows up, I happen to be on this train right now. It would be of great inconvenience.
I turn to Axel and I go, I told you he was suspicious.
I just shake my head and look at Vera and go, yeah. And I just scan the room around. So he knows everything?
There is no point. He's a very curious man, has Edor at his arsenal, and if he is the killer, well,
I guess it isn't Sergeant Eder. I mean, I took him out of the room for the reason that I didn't want him to be privy to this discussion, but if it's him, we could have a fair amount of trouble on our hands. I get the sense, even without spirit mana draining magic, he could be more than a handful.
I look down at my chest and then the wounds that he made on me, and I just look back up and I'm like, yeah. I'd say a little bit. Also, that's crazy. Yeah, how useful that would be in fighting. Holy.
Indeed, it would be quite useful. In any case, I'm at your disposal. I think you should, as I said, I would recommend not trusting other members of the train until we know what's what.
Yes.
I appreciate you putting your trust in me, at least to what extent I may have forced your hand a little bit, but I promise you won't come to regret it.
While we're on the subject of this whole serial killer situation, I don't suppose you know anything about the spider in the shadows?
His face darkens. He says, "Yes, I am quite familiar with that phrase. Why?"
Apparently, the Red Lotus gains protection from whatever that is.
Oh,
Specifically, protection from magic, if his note is anything to go by.
oh my. Well, my head went a few directions there. I thought for a moment that you were going to say that you were a cleric of the spider in the shadows, in which case I would be very, very. I would call Sergeant Eater back in, let's just say. The Spider in the Shadows is another title for the Empyrean Lilith. She is a goddess of deceit, murder, and destruction. And if she's granting protection from magics to this individual, then that means that this individual is not simply a cleric of Lilith, but the chosen of Lilith herself, or himself.
Yeah.
Sounds like a worthy.
Wonderful.
All of a sudden, the spirit mana thing makes a bit more sense, as Lilith has much less limited in what power she can give her chosen, as opposed to a run-of-the-mill cleric.
Wonderful. So we're dealing with a cultist. How on earth are we supposed to track that down?
Buffer Light Eye shakes his head. He says, I don't know exactly, but if we don't, well, won't be just my head on the chopping block, but everyone on the train, and I suspect you three soon after, if you don't successfully complete your mission.
Is it possible for clerics to sense each other?
He shakes his head. He says, no, the connections with the other realms that we all have are very personal things, essentially impossible to. If there was a way, the Empire would have found it by now.
As a cleric, is there anyone who is capable of sensing clerics? I know, what was that guy's name? Eden? The guy that left.
Eater, Sergeant Eater.
Eater.
I don't think he used any supernatural sense to find that out. I think it was more in the way that you carried yourself. I get the sense that he killed clerics in the past, probably rebels, which it would make sense that he might be able to identify. And he wasn't even sure about you. He wasn't sure. It was more process of elimination, I think, for him. It was like the one thing that you could be when he ruled out all the others.
Okay. I just want to make sure I don't have to worry about anyone else figuring out that I'm a cleric.
Well, not unless you cast a cleric spell in front of others, like I just did for Mr. Axel there.
Do followers of Lilith refer to her as mother?
He shakes his head. No, mistress maybe. She's not exactly a motherly figure.
Alright. Well, alright. I suppose that's all you needed to know from us then.
As I said, we need to come up with a plan to deal with this, and the sooner, the better.
Yes, certainly.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session.